My mother was dying in the ICU, but my husband demanded $10,000. My name is Ariana Collins, and I never imagined that the most heartbreaking moment of my life would also become the moment that revealed the darkest truth about the man I married. When the hospital called me that night, I already felt the world collapsing around me. Your mother is being moved to the ICU. Her condition is critical. You need to come immediately. Everything inside me froze. My mother wasn't just Mum. She was the woman who raised me alone, who sacrificed her entire life so I could have one. And now, she was slipping away. I grabbed my keys, ran to my car, and sped to the hospital, praying the whole way. I didn't care about the speed limits, red lights, or anything else. I just needed to get to her. But while I was sitting outside the ICU room, praying, crying, my phone lit up with a message I wish I had never seen. It was from my husband, Mark. Greater than, "I need $10,000 tonight. If you can't give it to me, then don't call me again." I stared at the screen, my heart shaking like someone was squeezing it with cold hands. My mother was dying, and my husband wanted money. The ICU waiting room was painfully silent. Just the hum of machines, soft footsteps of nurses, and the weight of fear sitting on everyone's shoulders. I sat on the plastic chair, hands trembling, staring at the message again and again. $10,000. Why? We weren't rich, but we weren't broke either. Mark had a steady job. We paid our bills. We lived simply but comfortably. Then why? My phone buzzed again. "Ariana, I said tonight, don't test me." Test him? I was losing my mother. What kind of man talks like that when his wife's world is collapsing? I typed back, "My mum is in the ICU. Please, not now." His reply came instantly. Greater than, "I don't care. Solve your problems. I need the money." That was the moment I felt something inside me break. Not loudly, but quietly. Like a hairline crack in glass. Mark wasn't always like this. When we met 5 years ago, he was gentle, kind, supportive. He made me feel safe. He brought flowers without a reason. He listened when I cried. He held my hand and promised he would always be there. But over the last year, something changed. He became distant, cold, angry over small things. And then he started asking for money. Small at first, $50 here, $100 there. He always had an excuse. "I'm helping a friend." "My card isn't working." "It's just temporary." I believed him, because love makes fools of us in ways we don't want to admit. But $10,000? That wasn't normal, that was a demand. A nurse tapped my shoulder. "Are you Ariana?" I jumped to my feet. "Yes, is she okay? Please." "The doctor wants to speak to you." The doctor's face said everything before he even opened his mouth. "I'm sorry. Your mother's condition is deteriorating. She's not responding to treatment the way we hoped." My stomach dropped. "We're doing everything we can, but you should prepare for the worst." Prepare for the worst? How do you prepare to lose the person who gave you life? My eyes blurred with tears. I walked into the ICU room, held my mother's frail hand and whispered, "Please don't leave me. Please." Machines beeped. Nurses adjusted wires. My mother didn't move. And then my phone buzzed again. Mark. I ignored it. Buzz, buzz, buzz. 10 messages in a row. He didn't stop. When I finally stepped out to breathe, I opened his messages. "Where are you? Answer me. Ariana, this isn't a joke. If you don't give me the money, I swear." Then one message stood out. "They're going to come after me if I don't pay, and they won't stop." They? My heart skipped. Who was they? What was Mark involved in? I felt a cold wave wash over me. He was hiding something big, something dangerous. While walking through the hallway, my phone rang. It was Mark. I picked up, whispering sharply, "Mark, not now! My mother!" He cut me off. "Ariana, listen, I don't have time. They're outside the house, waiting." "Who is? What did you do?" He didn't answer. Instead, he whispered, "It wasn't supposed to go this far. I didn't know your mum would get involved." My blood froze. "What do you mean? My mum? What are you talking about?" Mark suddenly hung up. My chest tightened. Why was he talking about my mother? What had he done? I rushed back to the ICU, mind racing. But when I reached the room, a nurse stopped me. "You can't go in yet. We're adjusting some machines." So I waited, and while waiting, I heard two nurses talking softly nearby. One said, "That's the woman whose mother collapsed at the grocery store." My heart thudded. Collapsed at the grocery store? The other nurse whispered, "The police came earlier. They said she wasn't alone. Someone was arguing with her before she fainted." Arguing? Someone? Who? I stepped forward, my voice shaking. "Excuse me, who was arguing with her?" The nurse frowned. "I'm not sure. The police mentioned it was a man. They're checking the CCTV. My legs nearly gave out. A man? Arguing with my mother, right before she collapsed and ended up in the ICU. Could it be? No, Mark would never, would he? But then I remembered the phone call, his panic, his mention of my mother, his demand for $10,000. Slowly, painfully, the pieces began falling into place. I ran outside and called Mark again. He answered immediately. "Ariana, please." I didn't let him speak. "What did you do to my mother?" Silence, a long, suffocating silence. Then he whispered, "I didn't mean for her to get hurt." The world around me stopped moving. I gripped the phone so hard my knuckles turned white. "What did you do?" "She saw something she shouldn't have. I panicked." I felt like screaming. "What did she see?" Mark swallowed loudly. "The guys I owe money to. They asked me to make a deal at the grocery store parking lot." My breath caught. "My mum was there," he continued. "She recognized me, saw me with them. She tried to confront me. I tried to explain. She got scared. She fell." My whole body shook. "She collapsed because of you," I whispered. "I swear I didn't push her. She just got dizzy. Ariana, I didn't want her to get hurt." I felt a burning in my chest. Anger, grief, betrayal, all at once. "And now you're demanding my money to pay off the same men who scared her?" "I didn't have a choice." "You always had a choice," I screamed, "and you chose them over your wife, over your family, over my dying mother." Just then, a police officer approached me. "Mom, are you Ariana Collins?" "Yes," I choked out. "We reviewed the grocery store footage. The man your mother confronted is your husband." My knees buckled. The officer placed a hand on my shoulder. "We need to bring him in for questioning. He's involved with a loan sharking group, very dangerous people." I felt dizzy. My mother was dying. My marriage was drowning. And the man I trusted with my heart had dragged us into a nightmare. Hours later, my mother took her final breath. I held her hand as the machines went silent, as the world dimmed, as my heart shattered into 1,000 pieces. Mark was arrested the same night. I didn't bail him out. I didn't answer his calls. I didn't respond to his messages. The last thing he ever said to me was, "I never meant to hurt you." But intentions don't heal wounds. Actions do. And his actions cost me the only person who ever truly loved me. Epilogue. A month later, I visited my mother's grave and whispered, "I'm sorry, Mom, I didn't know. I should have protected you, but I promise I'll never let anyone hurt me like that again." I walked away, not broken, but reborn. Sometimes the people we love the most hold the darkest secrets, and sometimes a tragedy reveals the truth we were too blind to see.